Salute and thank you, NERDSoul. Yeah, lay ill kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Let's go. This is the real show. That's right. Anime is up in here. We're gonna have a good time. All right, because it's about that anime over here, anime over there, anime everywhere. And we are joined by some awesome young brothers out there doing their thing down in the Gulf Coast. That's right, and the coast of Gulfs. All right, I give to you.
Oh my good lord.
The coast of Gulfs. All right, if you wanna golf,
gotta
go to
slow that down, Mike. Slow that one down. We ain't gonna hold you too long, but we wanna not do that.
All right, they down there surfing, they turfing, and they I don't know, they fighting alligators.
I can go for some alligator and some crawfish and some.
Hey, look.
And some
alligators
right
don't
want
to fight with us. I say it like that because if we fight with a gator, we gonna have some shoes, wallet,
by the way,
belt, and a po' boy.
And neither does cowboys. Ha ha. Got that tail whoop. Anyway,
so I get to you, COOP of Blurtish. Yo, what's up, man?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Y'all can check this out on the Blurtish podcast as well. Shout out to everybody. If I met you during Anime Conclave, shout out to Ron. Happy to see a young brother who took initiative and wanted to fill in a gap from the void that is the love of MechaCon. First year we're nobody. MechaCon wasn't MechaCon when it started. You know what I'm saying? So I hope and pray that this is a good continuous year and it builds up many, many years. And I thank Ron for being so flexible with me because I couldn't do the whole con, but I was able to do Sunday. And, I was able to give away a couple of things to this young kid who won the king of the con. It was like one of the panels by one lady. And you have to do good works to get it. And he won the king, and they paraded around and celebrated him. And I was happy to give gifts to him. So this is what we do it for. Man. I didn't take video. I was live, but I was like, I came with mom and said, "Hey, I got to give y'all to this." He did it by helping feed the homeless. That was his act of kindness.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. And we also have Mark to the Dub. What's up?
What is good? It's Mark Dub, part man, part amazing, spicy like that Creole, not that Cajun. Y'all, hey, that's really dope, cool. Like I believe in rewarding young people who, because unselfishness is such.
And this is what the lady
it's such a rare quality,
man.
Especially like amongst this generation. So.
Hey.
Like when I see people reaching back, using their resources to help others, that encourages me to want to help.
Young black kids who were doing good. And you know what else he did? And I'm going to say this before we jump to the first topic. The lady who played the queen, because like to be the hero, they knight you and all that stuff. And that's her whole deal. And she said, she was so touched. She like, when she gave him the crown, she like, well, my brother, he gave him the medal. He's like, my brother helped me too, and we did it together. And that just touched us. So I said, you know what?
That's what's up.
You know what? Gotta give it up. So, but after the con, I'm gonna take control because Mike, we gotta do this. Me and Mark gotta do this first.
Well, no, go ahead. Yeah, let's run it.
I was zooming 100 miles down I-10 to get back to see officially the 3-episode premiere of Dan Da Dan. You got to say it like that, not Dan Da Dan, Dan Da Dan, because it begs that you say it like that. And apparently it means big bold party in Chinese. I don't know what it means in Japanese, but I guess the way it's broken down, that's what it means. And they are right. This is one of the new episodes. Like the fall season hasn't started yet, but there is a trend that a lot of, if certain shows are love shows or shows with funding, keyword funding. So that's another way how they probably, the new trend, how they getting funding. And you know what? Call me a sucker or whatever, but you know what? I'm happy to give a little cash if it kicks this show off right. We saw 3 episodes in the theater, me and Mark. Mark, in fact,
Yeah, man,
tell me
y'all
what you
need to
think of it.
break it down for me. I will
Tell me what
allow
you feel, and
spoilers in this
then
case
I'll
because I know how y'all do.
well,
Well,
you're not there's
you
no
know what?
real way to spoil it,
Non-spoiler
but
review, because I can say I love the characters. I Coop and I talked about looking the characters' names up because I'm bad about that, and I
the
apologize,
characters
y'all.
is the kid, the young man who will probably be like one of the main. Well, I ain't they both main characters. The young man's name is Ken. His official name Ken Takamura Taka
Takakura,
Takakura, aka Okurun, as in a
Okuran,
joke of being a occult fan, and Kun as in boy. So that she named him Okurun, and then Momo. So those are the 2 main characters.
Okay.
bruh. So the young man, Ken, is voiced by the same voice actor who voices Tanjiro from Demon Slayer. So that was a thrill for me because Tanjiro is one of my favorite characters in anime, and just hearing the voice actor's voice with another character who I immediately loved. It's like this is gonna be a fun ride, y'all. The show is wild. They do a lot of different animation tricks and things, kind of like in the similar vein in some ways to nowhere near as much, but like the Spider-Verse movies. Like they do all kind of wild graphics. Things pop up on the screen.
Say like that, but I would say this: it's bold. In fact, Science Saru is the animation company. If you've seen the Scott Pilgrim animation, you got a good idea of their use of colors, how they can do some like different stilted animation. Maybe a little. I feel what you're saying about like the Spider-Man, like they'll slow the speed down, not where it's like say glitchy, but where you want you to focus in on like what the character is about to do. I would say Science Saru is kind of almost in the vein if you watch the Trigger show, but it's like not as say clean or sparkly as Trigger, but when something is about to happen, you know it's about to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like the camera work on the show on these episodes, especially the first 2, in fact, all 3 of them, the camera work is phenomenal. I'm not gonna. I mean, there's not much I can spoil, but I'm just kind of set up the premise. It's a premise that it's insane. Basically, if that's cool with y'all, if y'all mind if I set up the premise.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Cool. We need to know. We need to know the details. You know what I'm saying? You drove 100 miles per hour. We gotta see what's up.
I really did though, for real.
Speed demon.
And they love. In fact, the people are so proud of their work. Now, I know everybody usually do like a little like behind the scenes. They had the cast. Like I thought I was gonna be late. The cast was talking about this collection of episodes because it's like together they call it Dan to Dan, the first encounter. So first encounter can be a lot of things, whether it's aliens, I guess with the paranormal, with ghosts. And in this show, basically, they call it a coming of age occult love story. Like, yeah, I know. That's the elevator pitch. Basically, Ken, nerdy guy, never had no friends. He got the traditional bowl cut, the big old glasses.
Not the bowl cut though.
Momo is like kind of like you could say fly, street savvy girl, but she's like, looking for, I guess Ken Takamura is also a name of a famous actor, somebody who she's like got this crush on, and that's what she like, guys who are tough like that or whatever. It was kind of confusing, but then I actually did dip in the book and read it. So I like, Ken is supposed to be, I think, a real guy. So she's like, just broke up with her first boyfriend. She shows a rough side, but she saw him getting picked on after she was feeling bad. It kind of stood up for him. And and then these jokes ensue. and they both laughed at each other's like say hobbies. Her mom is a spiritual medium. He doesn't believe in ghosts. He's big into the aliens. She thinks it's a joke and like ha ha ha. So they like, all right, I bet you won't go to this place that's known for having alien abductions and it's supposed to be a high bed. She's like, okay, I bet you won't go to this tunnel that's supposed to have a real powerful ghost in it. So lo and behold, as y'all can see where this going,
Yeah.
the two things they deal with where they don't believe in. Oh boy, Ken got cursed by the first villain who's still outstanding as of episode 3, Turbo Granny. This is how he kind of gets his
Turbo Granny.
Turbo Granny.
I knew you were gonna have that reaction to the name because that's the same reaction I had. I love it.
Is Granny on speed or crack?
Granny
may think she is.
She's a speed demon. Here's the thing: if you race her or try to run from her and you do not beat her, you are cursed. He tried to run when he saw her, and I'm gonna tell y'all now. The language, it's definitely skewing towards MA.
It's not for kids. I could tell that from the trailer.
It's not for kids by the language alone, because it's very. I've seen jokes. I'll say that, and just wild stuff. The first, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest for the ladies. The first scene with Momo when she meet the aliens, got a little rough, almost getting a little, like all right, like hurry up and wrap this part up. I'll just say that.
I feel that. I felt like this is something like they were streaming. They were steering into some territory. I don't know how comfortable I am with even watching. So
that for a high school girl,
hey, we can definitely say this is a mature anime. This ain't
because even if you don't see something, but man, it's gonna be a little gross. The
language is harsh, and they straight up sexual innuendo in situations.
Absolutely. And luckily it kind of veered from that, but it went there, and that's how she got her powers. They awaken her psychosis or psychokinetic powers. Psychokinesis. So her psychokinesis keeps him in check to help him stay controlled, because if he does not get control of that,
right, cool. I don't know if we need to. I don't know if we got to reveal all that.
I mean, it basically, it's gonna be so much.
I don't want to give a spoil. I
want to spoil.
I think we have said
plenty.
Y'all trust me. Go see it.
You can't see it no more. It's not in theaters anymore.
Yeah, and everybody can't see it because I didn't have it around here.
It's gonna come available
y'all need to see it
about October 5th. So ultimately, it is going to be. We recommend it. We're going to review it. Even if it's just me and Mark.
Episode to episode review.
But I'll say this.
It's like that.
I like the characters already. I like the fact that in the description, I know y'all, I am a reader. I read the details of what's going to come because ultimately I root for the little nerdy kids or whatever. And I'm glad that they're starting to, the more modern mangaka or writers of manga are being a little bit more fluid with their modernization. I love where the modern writers of manga are going. You could tell if somebody seemed to be a little bit younger, or they're skewing this younger for, let's say, late Gen Z, Gen Alpha, but we can still enjoy it as, older millennials because we get it. Like I said, a lot of stuff ain't new under the sun, but I do think the new generation like it. In fact, the audience in the movies. Who were mostly in that theater, Mark?
A whole bunch of tacos.
Well, I mean, just looking at their age, what did they look like?
Oh, definitely. I
say
millennials.
I say it was 25 and under.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be that type of hit where
Gen Alpha.
I think it's gonna
people that say skibbity.
Okay. Now it's starting to hurt. But yeah, I think This is gonna be a hit, man. Like I'm already gonna put it before we even do our review. This hit.
I'm excited about it, like I was excited about Kaiju #8.
Yeah, it's
especially
gonna be,
like after seeing the first couple of episodes, I was like, oh no, I'm in. That's how I feel about this.
In fact, I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
I think it's gonna
Like
hit the
like
general.
like that Hell's Paradise type of energy. Man, I really y'all really need to check this joint. I felt like it was gonna be kind of a big deal, and within the first 5 minutes, I was telling Coop, "Oh, I love this. I love it already."
Here's the truth of it: if an anime gets limited theater run before it premieres, it is a big deal. So it's just like, absolutely. Cause they tell you, you know, old days you had to get funding, you had to sell books, you had to be on TV for a minute to get a movie. This, I mean, I know this is its TV shows.
Nah, this is just a TV show. This ain't no movie.
But it ain't a movie.
I know that they probably ain't even cut it into a movie. They probably just played the opening and closing.
Nope, they did. They
oh snap! So they learned. Somebody was listening about to my show.
I thought about you.
Yep.
They had the opening.
Coop commented. Coop said, "Oh, Mike gonna love that."
I said they treated opening and closing. You knew when the third episode ended, because I'm like, oh, here's the ending animation, and it's like, you know, you see the characters that they haven't met yet, like a couple of them, a cat thing or something, but it's just goofing off doing stuff like, so this is the ending. And honestly, Mike, I know you don't necessarily like a lot of the animation songs. The dude who did, I know y'all ain't like Mashal. The Mashal opening was a hit. The same people who did that.
What are you talking about? I didn't say I didn't like Mashal's opening.
Okay, I mean, I just know you usually look. I'm being biased. I'm messing.
When the song is fire, it's fire.
They're doing
Mashal's opening is hot. I just don't like the show.
The same people are doing this opening. The song is gonna be hit. Like they already look. I'm telling you, there's gonna be a part in that song that's gonna be the meme where they actually say "Dan did it." The way they sing "Dan did it," I'm like, all right, that's it. Clip it. That's gonna be a hit. Like it's gonna happen. Like Dan to Dan is gonna be a hit. And I gotta give a shout out to our homie Calvin. He actually introduced the book to me, and he told me about it. He told me about it a year ago. He's like, yeah, start carrying Dan to Dan. He talked the artwork in it, phenomenal. He was like, they better have the artwork done in animation. I asked him, do you like the artwork? And he's an artist. He said, I love it. So if he's pleased as a fan, I think it's gonna please a lot of people's standards. So that's what I got on Dan to Dan.
Yeah, Dan to Dan.
Real quick before we throw to the next topic, I did just come across my desk. As if I'm in the newsroom at this moment, but I did just come across the desk. Thank you, Anime Heaven. Nocturne or Castlevania Nocturne.
Oh yeah.
Has been announced for January 2025. So we actually know when it's coming, because you know how they be like, it's coming, but they don't never tell you. So we actually know when it's coming. So January, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be starting off the year right, y'all. I almost
wonder why would they not release Castlevania from October to November, but you know what? I ain't gonna trip. I'm happy we know a date. So
it's like, look, we got them in January. So all right, that's word. We can roll with that. You know what I'm saying? We can do that. I'm happy. Fine, cool. We got it. We actually have a date. You know what I'm saying?
We're getting Solo Level in season 2 in January as well.
Oh, word? Oh,
yeah, January.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hot.
I mean, the good thing is Netflix, you can pretty much knock out Nocturne in one weekend. Then the rest is going to be all solo leveling as far as the lead hits.
Yeah, because I'm basically going to watch Nocturne as a
Nocturne,
movie.
Yeah, that's a...
Because I've loved Castlevania as a whole since it came out. Oh, and shouts out to the fight scene between the brother and... Hold on, what was that brother's name that fought Carmella? Tag.
My mind's slipping.
I call him Black Lestat.
Listen, he's
Isaac. That was his
Isaac.
name.
Yeah, because he's not a vampire.
He's not a vampire, but man, he was in charge of all those like monsters he made. Bruh, look, and homie had skills. Took on, man. Look, come on, y'all. Shouts to Isaac, and he lived. You know You know what I'm saying? The brother didn't die. Man, look, come on.
It's
Come
like
on.
a
You
part
can't
of
be
me
mad
is
at that.
like, I wonder what. I wish we'll never know because they changed. Because Isaac, of course, obviously wasn't that from the games, but he was a Forge Master. I wonder if he just like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna leave y'all alone. Y'all leave me alone, but they gotta go. I killed who I needed to kill, and I think he just kind of chilled out and went to the desert with his citizens of the other underworld. I'm putting it lightly. But hopefully he just kind of like left people alone. But you know, Isaac really kind of left people alone, and they messed with
Yeah,
him.
because he didn't really mess with nobody.
He's like, long as you're like, look, he's like, I do love Dracula. I worship him, you know, so that tells you how messed up Isaac is. But Isaac was loyal, and Dracula's like, hey man, go be free. I don't want you involved in this because you real. He look, you know, he gave like, Isaac, you a real one. I'm gonna save you. You get out of all of this. Go be free. But you know, Hector, unfortunately, you know how he got down. Hector had fun. Hector served a purpose too, but Hector was stupid. But I understand why Hector was stupid.
Hector, the second old girl started coming to the cell too much, I was like, nah, bro, don't never trust a big button to smile.
Man, it was either that or get murdered. I think he chose right.
So. Yeah,
I
guess you gotta do, you know, death by snoo, I guess.
It's gonna be death by evisceration. When she kicked his butt against the wall, like, look, I'm the nice one. You not
it's
play
like,
with
yo, you know he's human, right? He can't take this type of punishment. Like, you're used to beating up vampires. Like, you gonna kill this man.
Learn his lesson learned. Like, you think it's sweet over here, and she turned into what, a ghost werewolf or something, and then slapped him. I was like, okay.
Right. Well,
lesson learned.
I guess it's getting real.
So,
anyway, but I guess
my safe word is pineapple.
Man.
Oh boy. So I'll throw it over to I guess I'll throw it over to a show that got me hyped because they scared me and they got me hyped. All right, because we was talking about this show and people dying, and I gotta give it up to My Hero Academia. All right, because My Hero, they scared me for a second. All right, they scared me with Hawks. All right, for 2 seconds, I was like, hold on, what? And I was like, whoo, okay, whoo. I was like, all right.
Man.
Yeah, you know what,
I
bro?
ain't going I literally said out loud, I was like, what? And I was like, ooh, all right, cool. Y'all do your thing.
Yeah, Hawks is one of those characters, man. I really like him, and it seemed like they might got it out for him, man. I'm a little worried. I'm a little tight.
Yeah, I mean,
they keep playing like he gonna be dead, and I'm like, man, come on, don't do that to us.
Bruh, people getting close to the edge. Like, I don't know who lives and who dies. I mean, they did kill off a couple of teachers. They definitely killed off some heroes through all these battles.
Yeah.
I would like Hawks to make it, but it ain't looking good. Hawks ain't got no feathers, man.
And
yeah, he ain't got no time to like regrow them joints.
Yeah, he under a lot of pressure, man.
Endeavor's down to one arm. I watched it. What was the plot again? What I know the Sandman's parade was going on.
What was
the conflict in this one?
In this episode, basically what we get is we get some of Lady Nagant basically holding down her sniper skills to help out Deku. Then we flash over to, because we're kind of getting that mental battle between Shigaraki and All For One, and kind of like what's going on there, which I kind of called. I mean, I guess we kind of all called it like, oh yeah, all right, whatever this mental schism is, that's going to be where we're able to, win the fight. You know what I'm saying? Deku going to come across to him and be like, look, man, you got to be good. He's going to be like, yeah, I'm going to be good. And then everything's going to be all right.
You just triggered something. Now back to me. In fact, I gotta hit on the two main characters of this one. Yo, first of all, My Hero, this is why I love this show. They do not, bro, when they say eat off the plate and don't leave no crumbs, That is this show. They
Everybody's
know how
important.
to. Everybody that can do something. Yo, I did like the gentle criminal art. It was a good palate cleanser. I know some
Mhm.
people like, oh, I thought that was filler. I know shout out to
It
Cher. I know she
was
got a. It
it
wasn't
was
filler.
it was filler-ish. It's weird. It was
It's not.
filler, but we actually learned a couple things.
It's not
So I don't
filler.
know. I'd say it was around 75% filler.
It's not filler at all. It's a part of the book. By the definition of filler,
No,
it
no,
is
no.
not
What?
filler.
No,
I know what you're
I
saying,
don't care
but
if anything's in the book. What I'm saying, what I consider filler,
Story
and I believe what
wise,
a lot of people consider filler is, okay, we've left the main story to basically learn nothing, to
I
do
disagree with
nothing.
that
You know what I'm
because
saying?
a lot
If
of people. I think a lot. I know what you're saying, but I'm saying it's literally in the book. That's how I kind of go with it. Like if you created, like, say, the Naruto filler, the devastating, and the Bleach filler, where they literally had to waste time. There's something because they passed the story up, and they couldn't keep up, and they just made up some ish. That was just there. That's actually there. But the fact of the matter is, they took characters that's kind of goofy, but you see, was a character like Gentle, who wanted to be a hero, made a mistake that he had to suffer for, which rightfully so. He accidentally killed a man, and now the Labrava thing. I don't know. I hope this. She's a little person, so I'm gonna assume she's an adult. That's all I'm gonna say. But the
oh
no,
fact,
yeah,
I
because
think so.
I was like,
Okay.
I was
think
like,
LeBron
is
an adult.
cool. It's confusing. It's confusing.
I'm
'Cause
like,
you know
they
how they
doing
draw.
a lot with this girl. Is she a girl? Like y'all, like
She's an
Japan, y'all need
adult.
to stop playing around.
She's an adult. We gonna say she's an adult. She is a tiny person. I'm gonna say that because I needed to be that. I'll just say that because Gento ain't no young man.
Nah, he full grown.
He full grown, so she's, probably a little person. She wears
Yeah,
stuff.
that's always been my impression, especially when it concerning Gentle. I was like, oh, okay, she a little person.
And
I don't think they just putting her with
I
a.
hope
That's creepy. The alternative is too creepy to consider.
it's too creepy for to let my mind go there. But I do like their personalities. I like that she was serving old boy on the keyboards when he thought he was gonna run out. I got this, and he think he about to run and get away with it. And then Gentle is just out there using his powers, getting powered up, from Labrava's powers actually embolden his powers. And then you see that flashback where he, you don't see it, but he's like, hey man, maybe we shouldn't break out of jail like this. Baby, do y'all want to live like this? Blah, blah, blah. And he stopped him. He did the thing that he always wanted to do. And he's like, you see this broken man who was doing silly crimes, who wasn't really a evil person, but he was a criminal. But to get that redemption, and then you see him fly up, and he's like really pushing it back, and to save the coffin in the sky from crashing. It's like, yes, that's how you give characters like that win.
Him and Nagant. Or Nagant, I can't remember, but
I mean, now the Gant probably go come, she still got the gun blasted, and because Shigaraki, and also shout out to Shigaraki, because I like my villains. I don't want no more Naruto stuff, with what's his name, who was kidnapping children and then he became friends. Like, nah. Shigaraki, like, keep your eye on the birdie, on my hand, and he's that little rusty hand just a wiggling. You're like, I'm gonna kill you. Shigaraki, like, no, I'm in control and I'm going to kill you. So it's like, you gotta
He's like, hey, you don't need to be worried about these others. I am your villain. I am here to take you out.
And he was.
This is what it was gonna always be.
That hand was just like, look at that hand. Look at that hand.
I think sooner or later they're gonna have to come down to the whole, what he self-proclaimed the Demon Lord and Shigaraki, and what that's gonna be and how that's gonna play out. I assume All for Ones is gonna swallow them whole, basically, but you still got that. We'll see how that play out. But I did like we got a lot more of that kind of mental turmoil while we were in motion. Like we
Yeah.
didn't stop the story to be like, hey, we're in our mental scape and this little child is no, like we still got crazy stuff going on, but we got a little update on how it's going on in the mental space. So I was digging that. And of course you got the cavalry came through. Yo, man, because I was talking about this with a friend of mine a couple of days ago. I was like, you know what? I was like they're not the only school. Where are the other heroes in Japan? Not, I mean, of course we have
Well,
like a worldwide thing going on, but I was thinking,
They
there's
actually-
other heroes in Japan.
They
And
have
then, of
showed
course, the show came and answered it for me.
Yeah,
I'm like, thank you
I was
very
about
much.
to say, yeah. The dude with the other dude looked like older Deku because he's on the other team. Who he fought in the election. I mean, in the school thing when they was trying to get their provisional license because he's been popping up every once in a while. So a lot of them are still there. Probably a lot of them are dead. As well.
Oh yeah, they could be, but it was nice to see Shiketsu High School come through. I was like, oh yeah, look, they came through and they got straight to work.
But
So,
you know what character?
I'm proud.
I don't think they showed the dude with the wind who looked like M. Bison. He is pretty damn powerful. He seemed like he would survive because he just can, he can just move, fly, move stuff, fight. But he's basically, he got to be based on M. Bison with the way they had.
He's blend Bison.
Homie definitely did the Psycho Crusher kind of like pose, and then the Psycho Crusher pose, and I forgot the other move Bison does, but yeah. I'll agree. He definitely favors M. Bison
because he got the slide, the boots, because he got the full uniform on, and of course Cammy, she got her version of uniform on. Y'all ain't gonna go into that, but she made her little appearance. So like, oh, Cammy survived. Yeah, they ain't gonna kill Cammy, huh? But
nah, they ain't gonna kill Cammy. Cammy ain't never gonna die ever.
Cammy was, let's just say this, Cammy / Toga. The Cammy Toga mashup was a very popular cosplay for a long, long time. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Please. Thank you. This guy.
Boy.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Standards and practice here.
Standards and principles. Principalities.
I dug it, and also this season is giving. You know what? I gotta give them their props. This season is allowing a lot of the like they said, the extras to get their shine.
I mean, I told you
because we got to see the Dark Shadow total release, Black release, Light of Balder.
What?
Come on, man! No one expected that much power. I mean, we were like, he's got some skills.
Who did that again? Like, I don't.
Let me grab his name again because I don't want to call him Dark Bird.
Oh Lord!
Oh man!
I was gonna call him Blackbird, but
Blackbird. Like it. I didn't expect much from him, or even like what is it? Was it Togura in the last episode, the one with the heteromorphs? I haven't expected a lot from these characters, but the way the writers are using this art to get them involved and show them in meaningful roles, I like that. I do. I mean, so it's not just Gladys Knight and the Pips. You know what I'm saying? It's Gladys Knight and Gladys Knight.
It ain't Goku and the Z Fighters. They dead off in the corner, or they got their head in the dirt, and they just getting killed by Sabremen. By
it ain't Batman and his super friends.
Oh wow! I mean, they actually. Did they do stuff? I mean, I guess Aquaman was, riding on.
And his name is Tokoyami. So apologies, Tokoyami. Shouts to him, or Fumikage.
Also, shout out to the cosplayers who bring him to life in person. That is not an easy cosplay to do. I seen some with the functioning bird mouth.
Wow.
With the whole dark cape fit.
But yeah, man, that the way they held this episode down, and this season in general, getting our I guess you could say like our kind of like B teams involved, I've liked it. I've liked it more than I thought I would have. So kudos to the writing on this show.
My hero has learned from Marvel They have learned from great stuff like probably Justice League Unlimited how to make people I would have never gave any care about matter, and they do
Yeah.
it in such a short time. That's great writing. That's great presence. That's great pacing. Because people, y'all was like, how they gonna stretch this out? I'm like, bro, watch what they do. They gonna go to everybody gonna get their
Everybody
shot.
gonna get a little shine.
And I couldn't even sit there and be like, gentle criminal.
I was like, what?
It's touchy with gentle criminal because it's like, oh yeah, gentle's in jail because his life went to hell. And he had to kind of turn to a life of crime because he couldn't be allowed to be a hero, and he wanted to be a hero so bad.
And then, like with Lady Nagant at the beginning, she was like, he asked me to fight with him, so I'm gonna use all my power. Like this, I mean, she's bandaged up. I mean, yo, they giving us the drama. They giving us the high drama with this. She's using her last essence to be able to fire these like critical shots for Deku to be and I mean, come on, man. Like you can't beat this.
She didn't just pull his fat out the fire. She saved everybody by shooting
Man,
Shigaraki's hand
Yep.
off.
Shigaraki touch any part of that, everybody beneath it is dead. If his powers shoot like I think it still shoot, everybody in the coffin in the sky is decayed. Like for real. Like Momo can't stop it. She can't prepare fast enough.
Yeah, and I mean the animation on her while she was shooting the wind, the rain. I was like, yo, man, they going all out. I was like, you know what? I was like, at first, I would have never thought, hey, we're gonna have a showdown and the heroes, we're gonna get everybody gonna get a little shine. I thought it was gonna be like they in the background doing something, then Deku gonna do his thing. They're like, nah, we're gonna let everybody get their life.
They say when you get to Deku with his main fight, that's the premium. That's gonna be the end. That's when you know it's gonna be the end for this season because this is not the last season. So I just want to stress that. Now we got about 7 more episodes left of this season, I believe.
So with that, I know it's probably going to turn up since we got 7 more episodes, because we'll probably get say 3 or 4 more with looking around with the the kind of B team players, and then the last 3 episodes
writers
are probably going to ratchet up crazy.
The writers are eating this season too, because we have 7 more episodes, but every episode it gets better. The drama is ramped up. Like I felt desperation for the hero side like 2 episodes ago, and they found a way to fuel my passion.
Could have been like Gentle and La Brava is going to feel like the cavalry. Who the hell saw that coming? And they delivered.
I had no idea, man.
It's like I'm happy for that man. Like he a real person. Like,
so yeah, man. I'll go in and put this to rest because I had a question because I believe you read. I want to holler at Elusive Samurai because you read that, right, Coop?
I don't read it. But so
I thought you did because I had a question. All right, so in Elusive Samurai, we get a look at the drinking of the juice and the kind of like godly power that Suwa has, right? Yes. So we also see the brother, because I didn't know Takauji had a brother, or Takauji had a brother, but now we're introduced to this brother, and now we know about the juice. I wonder if he's also drinking the juice.
I actually want to. I ain't gonna say
the brother was. Wait.
Let me.
I thought the brother was beheaded in the first episode.
No. That's the main villain's brother. They had a
the main villain's brother, not the Tokiyuki's brother.
So I want to interpret it this way. This is for me.
Okay.
I would not worry about the juice in a literal sense right now, and this is why. I think this episode with Suo, of course, doing his gag stuff, which was funny, making Tokiyuki, run around, with doing weird, and building robots.
They showed how to cook eel on this episode. I was like, oh,
it got
okay.
leaked. It got leaked. He was like, I just wanted to eat eel and leek. I'm sorry. He's like, oh yeah, you could have went this. I think yes, there's because remember, I think I and a couple of people say like, yeah, the supernatural is there, wink, wink. But Sua alluded to this. He's like, yeah, I can see into the future. And this is really the last era of humans and spirits interacting somewhat. However, it's very faint and only a few of us can do it. So in other words, it's really not about say, oh, magic is going to do this and save the day. You got to take up the spirit within you to save the day, to lead this country to where it needs to go. Like, yeah, me and my daughter can do this, but still kind of like plot device. And I guess we'll find out more about her because it was kind of hidden or whatever. So she's, like I said, she's very spiritual as well. But it's the rest of everybody else aren't necessarily spiritual, except for maybe the main villain.
The reason I was thinking that is, okay, I'm imagining, especially after we saw the painting that he had of Buddha, and I love how they led us into that because it just seemed like, oh, okay, what's the big deal? Why are you so scared? Man. What's the evil in this room? And then when they back out and show the painting, I'm like, oh, that's the evil that he felt in the room or whatever, because he wouldn't even set foot in there. And so what I'm guessing is that maybe he's on some type of juice himself. And it's like, you know what? I can devour these guys. Or maybe he hasn't been drinking the juice. Maybe he's been consuming these guys or these spirits.
Don't take it literal. I take it as a man who's hell-bent possessed, that he's looking to cause a new shift in the world, that he almost feels like a demon.
Yeah, and but how are we going like explain the way he cuts through people? Like,
it's just, I mean, it's art. I look at it as an artistic choice, man. Like, yeah, I don't think you're supposed to take it literal. It's satire because it's just like he's so
they've
good.
They've done several things. Like some of this is like the retelling is nestled in in hyperbole because it's like it's storytelling. Like 100% of the stories I'm telling are true, but only 75% of that story is actually true. I get the other 25% is embellishment for the sake of great storytelling.
Yes, and you know what? Basically, Sua is like a walking myth and a tall tale. So this is happening, but are we interpreting it the way that we're the audience seeing it? Because even though Tokiyuri saw like, oh, you can see remember how he kept saying it's very faint. It's very faint. Mm-hmm. And then he did say this is the last era. We as humans will be able to see that. And then he went on to explain what, you see something and it's like, oh, it's a wonderful phenomenon by God. But as more people find something, more people gain knowledge, it's no longer godly. It can be explained. It's just a natural phenomenon and more people touch it. Therefore, the spirits get weaker. And he's already saying like, look, man, I'm kind of already a relic. You need to be the leader of tomorrow. And in a way, you look at the main villain and the brother. The brother is pragmatic. He's a governor. He's smart. He's in the now. His brother is intuition. He's almost otherworldly with his thought processes, his skill. So, and they are already, these are two brothers who love each other, but will they ideologies clash? Is it a yin and a yang? Is that conflict gonna come up? Because he's afraid of his brother.
That's definitely gonna come to a head.
He's like, burn this room.
Yeah, it seems almost like he's gonna have to, or maybe already has been, trying to hide the weirdness of his brother to protect him.
I don't think he can,
because I mean, if people knew what he saw or whatever, they'd probably be like, this guy is a charlatan or a blasphemer or something. They'd probably be revolt against him, I guess.
Yes, I would say that I agree on, because the beauty is like, oh, the beauty is so beautiful, and the only thing he ain't picked up is that maybe his brother's, I ain't gonna say lying, but he's like, yo, clean, burn this room, cut the Buddha out, respect the Buddha, get rid of all of this out of here, because this is heresy.
Yeah,
It's
because
like
I could imagine, a whole bunch of townsfolk coming with pitchforks and torches and everything, and being like, "Hey, this guy, heresy, blasphemer, whatever," and then he would probably have to kill them,
I
and then it
mean,
becomes a thing.
and ultimately, what the Governor Big Eye say? You can't rule over people if you kill them. You know,
Yep.
so and honestly, I don't think old boy can be. I don't know if his whole deal is to be like a ruler in a sense, or he's just ascending to something else. Whether if that is physical or metaphysical or figuratively, we don't know. And it's up for debate. And I think Sua, of course, he got to have his goofiness with his juice, and it just makes it set up a sight gags and stuff. But I think it more so was to just use it as an inspiration to build the history of this country to their thought process to inspire Tokiyuki. So I'm not really worried about the actual him drinking the water and his blessing, because they're holy people. So take that for what it's worth, I guess.
All right, so it's like me making an anime of like one time when I was in school and I fought a bully, but where the fight was like only 1 minute, like I elongate that joint to like 10 minutes. I go mad close in on our eyes. Slow mo. I'm doing a flip over him and everything.
Yeah, like you won the fight and you just reality you punched him 3 times. But in your tall
in
telling
reality, I hit him and I tripped him and he fell on the floor. He just never got up. But in the anime though,
kind of like
like I flipped over him, I ran on the wall like Jackie Chan. I did all kinds of cool stuff.
Or even like when Dave Chappelle, when he was in the club and he like did a flip and he caught the drink and he was just too cool.
I mean, I as a storyteller, I'm telling you, sometimes you have to have some poetic license.
So I think
I'm not lying. I'm just, I like some creative, some creative juice.
Like the old man would say, putting 100 on 10.
Yeah.
Basically, this whole show is 100.
I like that. I haven't heard that one before, Mike, but I like that. Put 100 on 10.
The whole show is that. Just like, hey, man, we cooking. We gonna tell you a true story, but how we tell it, you decide that for yourself.
Mike,
yeah.
I tell Coop, by the time I got into it with somebody, and I hit them so hard in their chest that their shoulders touched. I mean, it didn't really happen.
It's like, so you killed somebody?
Yeah. So,
or they at least like.
I tell you what, I hit him so hard like, he wished he was dead.
Man.
Oh man.
Rough times. But I'm loving
rough times.
I really am loving this anime. It's artistic.
Yeah, for real.
Like I say, I would not. This is one where I just like the literal stuff isn't literal. So I
see certain things and I look past it because there isn't really a supernatural element to it. But in the telling of the tall tales, they talk about his eyes. His eyes were so big and sharp that it's like he had 100 eyes looking at you.
Because also I want to bring this framing back. This is a real person. Like the Lord and the person existed. It has been recorded. Like this is a true person. The Lord is a person who escaped and came back, yada yada. So he is not as famous as the other samurai in these other tales, but he's a person who warrants his own legend. So he must have did something pretty damn good if he survived as a kid or so, however true it was. It's probably, of course, he probably wasn't 8 or 10. He probably was a little bit older, but still. So, I think they just wanted to like just cook with the art and do all that. I mean, look, y'all seen it. Look, y'all.
This art is incredible, man.
Whoever's watching,
and I like their clothes and everything too. Like, man, this show has not disappointed in one episode for me at all.
No, not at all. It just keeps getting, even when it takes a break and a little cool down moment, they're able to still entertain you with the funny, with the more thought provoking. And then
I love the prince. Like I love the protag. I love his heart, man.
Yeah. So
like you listen to him and how he talks to his retainers, and you're like, okay, I see why they rolling with him.
In fact, this is episode 10 or 11. So we have like maybe 2 more episodes, and that's it.
Oh man.
So yeah, man, it's time to do the fall preview probably next week or after next week.
Man.
So I'm saying I have to warm you up. Like this is why they're taking this. Is that little calm before the storm, or before you get more?
Because
world
Coop be
building.
reminding me like where we at. See, I want to be surprised, but he be like, nope, you got 2 episodes left. It's all over. You ain't gonna see
Only
Toki for another 2 years.
I just want you. Well, look, man, don't say that now. I need it every season.
You know how they do, man. They be gone. You be like,
I understand
Chainsaw
why,
man. Where they at? I don't know.
No. Hey, Mappa got problems. We ain't gonna say that about who's doing this production. Cloverworks. I hope they got money. Mappa, we may never see Hell's Paradise ever again, unless it's a movie. Like they try to, Mappa trying to do what they do. Like next time we go see Chainsaw Man, it's gonna be a movie. So y'all, I'm just gonna be reading Apple stuff. I'm just gonna finish it. Like there's just no way. Like I hope we see it before we see Zom, because I don't think we ever go see Zom either.
Yeah, Zom just man.
Zom probably done.
Zom was wonderful, man, and I really, even with such a great response to it, it's so tricky with anime.
And honestly, I think it had a good response, but I think the response, I don't think it was as good as we think it was for it to keep it to work. The book was loved, but I think it just something fell apart. Well, the delays killed it. Man. Like people.
Oh yeah, that hiatus.
I think
it was
a lot of
good.
us aren't that. I think us older folk ain't that mad about it. We understand how business works and shit happens. Excuse my language, but yeah, these younger fans, they're gonna be like, up on to the next thing, which what we do every time we review. But if you're not like a battle shonen, and then it's not a shonen at all, you know how they probably like, all right, that's for the adults. They can just go read it. It's sad, but I can see the logic. But they be like, do we have the money to keep doing this? And that company was running into problems. So, and if if they're the only people that hold the license, depending on whatever expire, then there's your answer. it's over.
Dang. Well, I guess I'll add in a little something, because I know you've been watching some other stuff, but I'll add in something real quick. I did actually check out Oshi No Ko.
What?
I checked out Oshi No Ko. I watched the very first episode. It was kind of like a movie, but I watched the first episode, and I'll say this: it's not for me, but I do think it's good.
Okay, that's fair.
Like, it's not for me, but I do think it's good.
Did you just watch the 90-minute episode? I would like you to watch. I know it's
it was sad, like the way it ended, man. I will say this: the way they wrote it, you get all like, all right, word, you know what I'm saying?
Get you into it,
getting their act on, they chilling. They just be kicking in the acting. Little family getting it like a little Jacksons are acting or something. And then at the end, like the last 10 minutes, man, they pulled a rug out from under you on that. And they're like, yeah, I know you thought it was gonna be all good, but it's
look at y'all over there happy. Let's go ahead and stab you in your stomach.
It's literally a warning about the entertainment industry.
Now I will say the commentary on the like Hollywood, like the kind of Hollywood entertainment industry, it's spot on and sad at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But so that's why I say I like it. I think it's well done. It's just not for me.
So
I do think it's
go past. So you don't think you're gonna go past the movie part?
Nah. I'm a fall back to my Elusive Samurai. I'm gonna fall back to my Hero.
I mean, you only got 2 weeks.
And my Code Geass when I can finally catch up with
it. Yeah, I like Code Geass. You talk about dark.
I haven't even finished Witch from Mercury. I ain't caught up with that.
What?
Yeah, I'm like in episode
I
like
finished
10 or 11 or something like that. Because new shows come out and you get, life gets in the way, movies come out and stuff.
Stuff happens. I get it.
Yeah, but that's another one I like. I like Code Geass. I like Witch from Mercury. And I just fell off.
That's why I look. And you wonder why I dropped JJK and Bleach. Now I actually am going to go back to Bleach. I feel like I owe it to Ichigo. like JJK. I'm sorry, y'all. Like y'all, I'll catch y'all next year or whatever. Bleach, y'all the homies, y'all Adult Swim royalty. I'm gonna come back to you. I love y'all. Y'all like family.
Are they ever gonna come back? They
coming back. I think come back fall. I think.
Oh, okay, all right.
Look at the preview. We gonna do the preview. I'm telling you. I think it's up there. That's what I'm telling you. I know you, Mike. Mike, come on, dog.
I just be losing faith. I know how these animes go. Look, man, I'm 42. I know how these animes go. Like you get all hype and then you don't never see it again.
That's Bleach. They gonna make you love it. All right, they gonna make you watch it.
You know, Bleach gonna be back.
Bleach was one of the big three. They got money. All right, somebody gonna they would do this to leave it. I'll tell you that because it took about 10 years to about. Anywhere? No, it took more than 5, about 10 years for Bleach to return. They gonna finish Bleach. All right.
Now I will say I do kind of like that. Instead of canceling something, you know, if you got to take a break, take 2-3 years break and come back. Don't just never ever come back.
2-3 years. You 10, Mike. They be taking 10.
Yeah. Because how long was it between the regular Bleach and 1,000-Year Blood War? What was it, like 15 years or something? It felt like it was forever.
Something like that. Even The Devil is a Part-Timer. Shout out to Camp. He watches it. I never watched it. That took 10 years between seasons. Hell, Konosuba, what I just told you about, took about 3 per season. Like 3 years between breaks. So, yeah, man. I guess if that's how you got to make it work.
Still come out before some of these Kickstarters.
Oh man, well, hey, Mark said it.
Dang!
We ain't gonna go there tonight.
Somebody needs some aloe vera for that burn.
I almost say
that's a serious burn right there.
Fulfill your damn Kickstarters within time.
Ooh, oh man, man.
Look, Mike has supported a lot of folks.
Yeah,
your Kickstarters.
I have.
Get the man the book so he can actually review it. He actually wants to review your book for his media company.
Yeah,
how about that?
It'd be cool if I had it in my hand, but
I ain't gonna. Don't get me started. I ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah, man, bruh.
I ain't, because I'll say it on the pod, but I don't know, man. We'll think about that one day.
Think about it. Maybe one day we'll try to think of a constructive way to maybe help y'all.
But I just
Mark shot it out the middle of this. Maybe people may not hear it. I don't know, and I don't care. They hear it, but I may not want to draw attention depending on how I'm feeling if they being silly, because you know what's gonna happen, bro.
Yeah.
You know how it's going. You know how they I'm hiding my hand. Y'all ain't see that.
You know how certain echo chambers and stuff. You know, it's what did I say? When it's
coming I'm accustomed people out. You know I don't care about them.
I'm just saying the first person, the closest to you, the easiest to hit. You know, it's just like
hey, that's what I'm saying. Y'all be careful.
It's like
I'm punching in the mouth.
I'm just saying.
I believe in that. Mouth punches and throat chops.
Promise you something, and they didn't deliver to you. How would you feel? And you know, I'll just
like
leave it at that.
Chopping somebody in their throat.
Anyway, let me throw it.
But
because we almost at time, I'll throw it to Coop. What else you been watching? What you want to shine a light on?
Gotta shine a light on Oshi No Ko. This one's gonna be a little bit quicker, and I'm gonna shine a little light on the Kinekamon. I know y'all don't give a damn, but I still love you. I like Kinekamon.
Of course you do.
Come on, man. Come on, bro. It's Kinekamon, man. That's our age limit. I know you don't care, but whatever.
I don't.
That's actually your age limit, to be honest. Back then in the 70s, the 1900s and 70s. Anyway, Oshi No Ko. Well, as y'all know, the whole thing, they love Oshi No Ko hit us with swerves. Like Mike said earlier, they hit you with swerves, don't they? They like to pull the rug underneath you. They doing a little thing where the brother, Aqua's supposed brother, talked to him. He was like, you know how I say he been fiending to find his father to kill him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Turns out this man's father, who is supposedly his brother, is already dead. and he showed him the report that it was a double murder suicide. And apparently his dad, who is supposedly Aqua's dad, I'm gonna keep saying supposedly, because they don't, no show is gonna tell you the big reveal up front right now, and that's it. I just don't
Nah, they
believe
gonna
it.
they gonna
I
hide that
don't
for some big finale.
believe it. I don't believe it. But he was like, yeah, basically my dad killed my mom because he was jealous of her talent. And that's why he wound up being an orphan. He said he was a philanderer, blah blah blah. His brother even like kind of gave some games like, hey man, I see those two ladies, you know, they like you. You need to pick one, bro. Don't be like our dad. He's like, it runs in the family, I know. But he was actually not mad at Aqua for doing it. He's like kind of relieved that he has family, possible family.
Okay.
So he was nice to him, and they ended the bar. He's like, hey man, let me get the director of the play home. That's like his dad. He's like, let me go take care of the old man, blah blah blah. So Aqua kind of is like, we're moving away from Aqua for a little bit. So this episode goes back to his sister. His sister is like, where you been? You went out doing that crazy, just messing with him. She don't really know what's going on, so Aqua don't really be forthcoming with these things right now. So she don't even know if she has a potential brother, um, and another brother, and all the stuff that Aqua been doing. But Aqua is like the darkness from his eye leave, and he's just kind of like, is it over? Can it be over? Can I just be happy? And right now he's like, he chooses to want to be happy. And I'm like, dang, I'm happy for Aqua. I know this ain't gonna last because this ain't real. And I heard another theory. And this is why with Oshi No Ko, you really do need to bounce it off of other people. Shout out to your boy Roshi, him and his co-host and his lady. They was talking about it. And they came up with this theory. It was like, yeah, we don't think that his possible brother is trying to mislead him. They was like, what if Aqua's dad was probably like having an affair with this lady or something, and it maybe caused this guy who was a piece of garbage anyway to do the double murder suicide. That still may not be his dad. He could still be out there. So I was like, oh, I forgot this is like soap opera rules. So it could, because she was like, look at them. Like, I know they draw it like they look alike because they got the same possible, dad, but they got different moms. And he kind of looked like the mom when they showed the mom. So, it's kind of hard because they all, how they draw the characters. They're not going to make them too distinguishable because if you're a pretty boy, you got to look blah and simple, if you know how that goes. So it's not 100% that this could be his brother, but this also, that could not have been his dad as well too. And it hasn't crossed Aqua's mind that, oh yeah, that is a scenario. So what people are saying that the next arc is going to be really crazy. I don't know if it's about to get more mind bending, twisty, whatever. With more tall tales like we were just discussing. If it's about to get dark, some people say it is. So that ain't good for Aqua psyche. But this episode, it kind of became like a mini V hit. They was talking about their YouTube channel and how they got to get on it. And how they say if you show things, they broke it down like the member of the idol group that his sister's in with the girl who loves him, Kana, who's a dope actor. They was just talking about if you show stuff on YouTube items, you get to write it off of your taxes, and how people be faking it with a room reveal. And they was kind of making jokes about that. It's like, oh, we got to make content, don't it? And then his sister also was getting on the music producer because they got a way to get a new song, and they had another one of these beautiful artistic moments, and Ruby inspired the music writer to want to write some new music. So Ruby is still the light in the dark right now, but if she gets tainted, it's gonna get ugly. Like if both of them start going down both Aqua's path, it may not be nobody to help Aqua. So I don't know, but right now Aqua's happy. The play has concluded, so now it's back to the music idol business and whatever he's gonna do with his career. But he's kind of like, I'm cool, I'm happy. I ain't really inspired to go find roles and all this right at the moment. So I think it's gonna shift for a split second till it goes firmly back to him. So it's cool that a show can do that with twins who are both in the entertainment industry.
Mhm.
But I got a feeling that whoever the dad really is, because I ain't buying this double murder suicide that was I did not believe that was Aqua's dad. Now that this theory has been presented to me, I still think it's gonna be somebody. The more up the ladder you go, either they were twisted or they got for whatever reason. And they also kind of mentioned it about because you saw the murder of I think the person who murdered was a Twisted fan. It may not have been the dad himself. It might have been somebody who was put up to do it. And they even kind of mentioned, like, you know, as you live by yourself, you got to be careful with these crazy fans, you know, because Connor was just talking about her room and her apartment. She's like, I spend money on my security. She's like, I got top-notch locks, technology to keep me safe. So it's like, bro, it's just, these are some topics, idols, ladies, people who are seeking fame that they need to be taking lessons from. And I mean, how many stories have you heard about people being stalked or being stabbed up in the 80s and other terrible things? So done with comedy, but also with truth. So as their mom died from a stalker. So
all right, well, I'll throw it. I know we way past time for our combos and everything, but I'll give it to Dub. Final thoughts, and where can we find you?
Yo, I am really, really excited about Dan to Dan. I'm not the only one. There are a plethora of people excited about it. Like I said, it ain't for the kids, but it is for the big kids. Y'all gonna enjoy it. I enjoyed myself, as the old folks say. I sure did enjoy myself. Shout out to Mr. Cooper for breaking the law to make it happen, so that we can check it out.
So you gotta break the law, man.
I'm Mark Dub on IG. I be on that thing sometimes. I'm Mark Dub 44 on Twitter X. I kind of be on there sometimes. I'm Mark Wallace really in these streets. I'm really out there.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? To see you laid it down real smooth. You know, laid the game down quite flat. All right, cool. Final thoughts. Where can they find you, man?
Final thoughts. Nickelmon keeps me happy on Mondays. It's a good lunchtime thing to pass time with. Don't hate on it, Mark. I don't know why you gotta hate on it, but that's fine. You hate on things. I hate on things. It's stupid. People get murdered in the ring. I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, man, people just getting their whole, like, you talk about punching people and they neck touch or whatever, they shoulders touch. Literally, a big mountain rock man got a hole punched in him and his lights went out and made him cough a lot of blood. I was like, okay, that's happening. And people literally getting dropped on their head. Every episode, somebody's getting brain busted, like to the nth degree. I'm like, y'all need to be just quit. Maybe wrestling ain't for y'all, but they got to get up. They got to do their thing. It's a Monday, but I am happy for all the announcements, like for Castlevania, for solo leveling. That is always good for things that cost a little bit of money. And solo leveling, it's not a Japanese thing, but it is being adapted by Japan. That's always gets a little murky, but it's so successful. They doing it. I actually read the volume 9, a recent volume. It pushed the story, but not a whole lot. Kind of, sort of. It's gonna get weird. Y'all can figure that if y'all watch solo leveling. It's kind of dark. But it's going somewhere. Next, just know that season 2, like, I pretty much have read all season 2. It's gonna be damn good. Honestly, it's gonna be great. Season 2 is gonna be up there. But Dan to Dan, that is going to be the declared hit. I do think there's going to be at least 2 other anime. I hope that we can put in our rotation for fall. We will check that out soon. I hope these brothers, like, I know Mark think I just be messaging. I really do in my heart of hearts be wanting y'all to find 1 or 2 anime. I really be wanting that. just because I want us to try stuff, and which we are doing. I know that maybe it ain't
Well,
gonna
I
never
mean,
be.
I found two. I got Elusive Samurai and My
No,
Hero.
no, no, no. I'm talking about going forward. I'm talking about that's pretty much done. That's pretty much a wrap. My Hero is My Hero. That's an institution. That's
He said that's an
that's
institution.
an institution. I'm talking about new. Like that's like a 0 1 plus 0 is 1. We know we gonna watch that. We gonna ride that out till the wheels fall off. But I'm talking
Jazz,
about,
I would say, 1 times 1 is 2.
well, they stupid. But literally, I'm just saying that when fall, just going by the seasons, I'm gonna look at it. We're going to, I would say, I would like to maybe by next week, maybe in 2 weeks. 2 weeks we should do the preview. We really should, because it's gonna October 1st, October 5th. Dan to Dan is off to the races. So we're gonna go over that thing. We're gonna look at it. We're gonna discuss some stuff. That's pretty much what I got. Did I watch anything else? Talk about Oshi No Ko, Dan to Dan, My Hero. Oh no, we pretty much got it covered. And you know what? I think I'm fine with it not being like the spring. The spring was ridiculous, which was so good. Anime every day. I'm cool with it not having to be to that level. I don't mind it because it gives me a lot to watch. But if I'm always cool. If you give me 3 shows that I can like a season, I'm cool. But if you hit that 5 or that 6, you're doing something legendary. But I think we're gonna head into definitely 3 more next season. So you can find me at blurred.ish on IG, Keith Cooper on Facebook, the Blurtish business page. You can find me there. Next booking, if you are in Baton Rouge, you should be able to find me September 26th, Radio Bar, from about 8 p.m. to close. Another anime night. Gonna be with Onigiri 225. If you never had Onigiri, they are damn good. Try them, check them out. Come get some books from me. Gonna be cosplay. Gonna be drinks, of course, and fun. Before it's still summer weather down here. So as long as it ain't raining, it's a good time. And
all the way up until November.
Possibly, yeah. And September 28th, I should be back at another anime night at FM University. This will be the second one. Shout out to them. So that will be on a Saturday. So, hey man, anime nights are coming back strong in Baton Rouge. I don't know what kicked it off. I know Radio Bar kind of kicked it off. Shout out to Tap 65. They had wanted me to do theirs. It's on a Tuesday. I'm never gonna make it, but shout out to all my friends and fellow vendors who did it. Like Lazy Nerds, he had a good time there. You can go check out the videos of people who attended it. Y'all, anime is here, man. It ain't going nowhere. People who don't have to wait on Kickstarters and get their stuff out. Y'all better get it up. Get your weight up. join the revolution. Get into the race. I don't know, man, because I'm just telling you, but the general public, they can't not consume enough anime. So join in and get them introduced to them books as well too.
I guess for me, final thoughts is you know what? I'm not gonna be sad that Elusive Samurai is coming to an end. I'm not gonna be sad. I'm gonna be happy because in the future we will get more Elusive Samurai. I'm almost sure. So with that said, we got tons of stuff out there to watch, y'all. Don't hate. You know what I'm saying? Fill your life with love. So of course, thank you for coming. God bless. Good night. NERD SOUL, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, podcast, all that jazz. And until the next time that you have to get your Steph Curry sniper shot from I don't know, a mile away, we're just saying peace.
And go watch Heels so we can get season 3. Shout out to Stephen Emile.